Sit here, sir. You have drinks? Good, because I have a racist puppet.
Oh, great.
He's turning woke, though. We found out he's gay. He sucked Josh out of Meyer's dick the other day.
I have a racist soul. Oh, we look
so
great.
Cold. We look cool.
Yeah, you got it. This really looks like an Instagram thing.
Well,
like,
I try to make it look.
Thing.
Yeah, I try to make it look good because you want to capture the eye.
Right. Yes.
Capture the.
I'm nervous. I get very nervous. Why are you higher than me? How does that work?
I just sit up.
Oh, okay. Why not?
I know my angles.
I always wonder that too. When I sit down, I'm always like shorter than people.
My dad has. We call him Squatty Body Scotty because his torso is so small. Your legs. You're all legs. That means.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm all legs too. Yeah. Are we recording? Is this it?
This is it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Is that the end?
Okay, so Joe List.
Yes. Hi. Thank you.
You're my friend. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Well, when did I see you last?
It's been a long fucking time. I saw you very briefly, I think, at the Comedy Store, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, it's great to see you.
And then, yeah, you were in town. You did Rogan. We both did Rogan.
Yeah, I did Rogan. I don't know. I didn't get a huge bump from it. I think I was boring.
Did you?
Myself.
Were you nervous?
I was very nervous. I'm nervous right now, but Ari Shafir, a friend of mine, was like, dude, you're going to sell out. Like the first couple venues you play, it'll sell out. And I was like, great. And then like I'm telling my agent, I'm like, dude, you got to up this guarantee.
Dude,
I'm doing Rogan. And literally nobody came.
Yeah.
I've had so many things in comedy that everyone's like, this is going to be huge. Like I did Netflix, the stand-ups. Nobody watched that.
I watched it.
Thank
I loved
you.
It was good. Watch it. It's
Thank
so
you. Nate Bargatze did it. And he's like, dude, you got to like buy a car right now because you're not going to want to deal with it. When I was like, okay.
You're going to be too rich to deal with it.
And then nothing. I mean, nothing. Nobody's comes. Last Comic Standing, Tonight Show. No, I mean, don't get me wrong.
He's a man of many credits.
Yeah.
That you've never met. He's more of like you're underground. Someone said that to me once and it pissed me off, but now I don't know why I would get mad. But someone was like, they're like, you're the least successful famous person or something. Some guy that I used to bartend with. I was like, that's so fucking rude.
Yeah, I remember when I first met Ari. This is the second Ari story already. He said he had never met me, but he was like, you're an interesting guy because everybody I know respects you, but you have no career whatsoever. And it was like, at first, you're like, that's nice that I'm respected.
But that's what Nate was until recently.
Yeah, until kind of Netflix. Yeah,
it takes like the right avenue for everyone.
I'm hoping it takes this. I'm hoping this is it.
But your and Mark's podcast does well, right?
Yeah, it's doing really well.
Yeah.
Well, and it's doing a lot better since he did Rogan. I did Rogan, nothing happened. He did it, and we doubled our listenership.
I have to watch because I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you what happened.
All right.
But also with when I did it, Mark compulsively tells jokes. Like we all compulsively tell jokes. Did Joe not laugh? He didn't laugh at my jokes.
He laughed at like one of my stories. A couple times he didn't know I was joking, I think. This is now the third Ari Shafir story. We don't even hang out that much.
I love Ari.
But
Ari has an impact.
He was talking about, we were kind of talking about Ari because we're mutual friends. And then I was like, he said something about all these shitty comics. And I was like, but enough about Ari Shafir. And then Joe was like, no, Ari's good, man. He's like, great. And I was I'm kidding. I don't know.
Dude, we were talking about like people fighting politically. And I was like, everyone's fighting. And what's annoying about the fighting is that people are forgetting that whether you agree with someone or not, they have the right to believe whatever they want.
Right.
Okay. And Rogan goes, even the Nazis? And I go, no, they have the third right. And he goes,
that's great.
He goes, I was going to have to be a Nazi sympathizer. He put me into a wall that I boxed my way out of with a quick joke. I said it that fast. Then he goes, isn't it Reich? And then Jamie looked up what Reich was. I'm like, I was like, it's brilliant, I just saved myself from having to defend Nazis.
Yeah, and it's a good joke that worked. I mean, that joke would kill on my podcast. We're all things like that.
We're
Nazi
all
stuff,
jokes here. We're all Nazis.
Yeah.
And now I say, let's make America great again.
Oh, fun.
No, this goes to my puppet.
Oh, great.
My puppet's racist. He has pictures of my asshole.
Yeah, my parents are racist.
You have one of my favorite. When I was just starting open mics, I saw you at a show. Hold on. And I thought you were a...
But what did you think? Do you think
I thought you were funny. You had a joke that you said, I've never walked into my parents having sex, but I have walked out.
No, that wasn't it. That's not the joke. That's someone else's joke, but that's a great joke. No, my joke was the closest I've ever come to having a threesome is one time I was masturbating and both my parents watching me at the same time.
Okay, that's what it was. I made up the other joke.
But that sounds...
I did punch it up.
If you made that joke, you should do that joke because that's funny. But I feel like that must have been done.
I mean...
Somewhere. Yeah, mine's way better than that.
I feel like you said it. It was you. I was in Sean O'Connor had a show. It was you, Julian McCullough. It was when Julian was wearing leather pants.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Leather pants, Julian. So
Wow.
might have been on it. It was in the back of a record shop in Williamsburg.
I think you might be thinking of like Gondelman or
It
some
was
other
definitely
guy.
you. It was definitely you, but it must have been that joke. But
I think I had that
It was
joke.
it was something with parents.
I stand by my joke.
No, it's a good joke.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So we did Montreal together another time where we were supposed to pop.
Yeah, that was that was another one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a nightmare though. That was like a train wreck. I think they changed
God.
it after us.
Montreal, and by the way, I screamed and they did change it. Everyone was like, "You're being crazy." I screamed at a lot of people.
Yeah, it was wild.
But
You were yelling, and I remember sitting there being like, I didn't know we could do that.
oh no, I
didn't
was
think that was
so
part of it.
mad. Okay, so for people that are watching or listening that don't know what Montreal is
A city.
comedy festival. It's a place. It's a location. No, it's a festival, and you can get new faces, which is like this huge like coming of like it's like these are the new people of comedy, and these are the people whose careers are going to break, and you're going to see these people. Check them out. So how many people get in? Like 15?
I think it's 16 or something.
It's 16 people.
I think, yeah.
So, and back in the day, people would get like, networks would come and they'd be like, we're going to give you like $200,000 and we're going to, or whatever, we're going to hold you and we're going to make a sitcom with you. And people's like whole careers would happen. And then it slowly got like less, but it still was a big honor, and it was like a good credit to have. So everyone is like, that has never done Montreal is preparing for Montreal. There's like the Montreal auditions, and there's the Montreal callbacks, and everyone's freaking out. There's a guy with a fedora wandering around with weird power that he shouldn't have. And it's just like, there's always like a weirdo with like a clipboard where you're like, what, I have to fucking dance for you?
Yes.
So there's a lot of pressure behind it. And then they came up with another section of it where it was the new faces of comedy, and then there was the new faces of comedy unrepped, which is for the people that didn't have managers or didn't have agents. So that was
fucking
us.
losers.
It was the loser fucking thing. But the year before had been a good year. It was the first year they did it, and they had some like Dan Soder did really well.
Dan Soder did it and blew up. Yeah.
He blew up.
That
Dan
was another,
Soder.
yeah. Everything I've ever done is someone that I'm friends with that has blown up from the thing that
And then
I
you
did.
get it next, and it doesn't matter anymore.
Yes.
Well, yeah, they got like all the juice out of it.
Yeah.
So we get unwrapped, and unwrapped, we had to pay our own way. We had to pay for our hotel. We had to it wasn't great.
Which changed this year because of, you guessed it, Ari Shaffir. That's the fourth reference, I
This
believe.
is Meanspiration with Ari Shaffir and Annie Letterman and Joe List.
But yeah, he wrote a thing being like, this is crazy that they're paying their own way. But yeah, it cost us money, which I always thought was frustrating because they'll call you. I remember being at Coney Island Beach, and the guy that calls you with it did the thing where he goes,
You're not
I
going to
got
get it.
some bad
Yeah.
news.
Oh.
You got it. It's just like, this is fun for you exclusively. Like, I hate
it's
you.
so upsetting. Yeah, he did that. He goes, some people just aren't ready, and they just have to keep working. He goes, but that somebody's not you. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's that kind of humor that it's only fun for the person doing it.
Yeah, like you wouldn't have gotten Montreal with that. Do you know
Like-
what I mean? Like you wouldn't have gotten the thing you're booking the way that you just were.
It's like when you get to a party and then the person puts their foot on the door so that you can't open it, and you're going like, oh, is there something, I can't get in the door.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I got you.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, that sucked
You're
for me.
a dick? Yeah, you're
I was
just an
out in the
asshole?
cold and I feel stupid.
You're not to be trusted? Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You're an unsafe person.
I
Great.
hate that kind of comedy. But
He
anyways,
also has a fedora. It's like, so he would always call me Dreamboat Annie, this
that's
booker.
that's a fun nickname.
Which I'm like, and I would be like this, like, what? Like, I was so new into comedy, but I was so hard into comedy at that point. Like, I
Right.
was just like, every day, I was trying to do like 5 mics a day. I was like crying blood at the end of the week. I was just like working so hard at comedy. So when anyone would come at me with any sort of like other energy, I was just like, what are you doing, dude? All I do is fucking open mics. Leave me alone. But so he was like saying like Dreamboat, and I was like, ew. And then at one point he sent me a music video of Dreamboat Annie. I guess it's a song.
Oh.
And I just wrote, I will never watch this. I will
fun.
never watch this. Get away from me. So then, so we do Montreal.
Yes.
We get it. They tell us we don't get it, but we really got it.
Right.
We go to Montreal. The first show is just tragic. It's 2 hours late.
Yes.
The room is like a weird temperature. The host is like really funny, but it's like he still needed to do well. Like they should have had like a famous person that wasn't gonna like try.
That's how they used to do it, I think, or for a long time. Like some people, their host was like, they're like, oh, fucking George Carlin's hosting my New Faces, and then we had a a who I love,
yeah,
but
he's so
started
funny, but
fucking 6 months after me.
Yeah, and he
He's like at
needed
my
like
level.
he was like bombing, like he was trying to not it was like a whole weird energy in between all of us. There was a pillar in front of the stage that was like, if you were sitting at a certain, like you couldn't see.
And there's a bar in the room.
And there was a bar in the room, and this is how I remember it. There was a woman up front who was obviously French or something. And I remember her, and I know I'm exaggerating, but I imagine her with like the most giant notepad I've ever seen, and one of those like giant pencils you get at like the airport.
Right.
And she's like obviously like taking reviews or whatever. And she's sitting in the front. And then there's nobody for like 5 seats except her and Greg Stone.
Yes.
Our friend Greg Stone, who just came to the festival with us, thank God, to be a hype man.
He was the best, yeah.
Thank God he was there.
Yeah, and he would laugh and be like, oh,
but it was so much, and just to watch your friend, like your bombing is reflecting in the eyes of your friend. But anyway, so then there's 5, it's just those 2 people, then 5 rows back, all industry, drunk, not paying attention, talking, not giving a fucking shit, and Howie Mandel.
Oh, right. Howie
Wearing
Mandel was
gloves
there.
because doesn't like germs.
He
He's
had
germaphobe.
one on his face, too.
It was weird. He looked like the hamburger helper guy.
Yeah.
He had the glove.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on? Are we having beefaroni for dinner?
And I think I remember, it feels like every year one person kills and kind of pops. Like the year before it was Soder, and this year it was Joe Mackey.
But Joe Mackey crushed in a way that it, like, because I was like, if we all go down, we go down.
Yeah.
Joe Mackey crushed so hard that it was like, you're rooting for your friends, but you're like, fuck you, man.
Well, I had to go after him because I think he was like 5th and I was 6th.
I was mad
and
about yours.
I remember legitimately, this sounds made up, but I remember watching people like go up the row after Joe Mackey. Like they were like chasing after him.
Everybody
And
stood. It was like standing
yeah.
ovation. People. Howie Mandel took his gloves off.
And
he was like touching his face. He was like picking his boogers.
And then he did Howie's big showcase.
Then
the next day.
Howie did a fucking gala and then had Mackey on it. And Mackey's such a good dude. It's like you do want him to succeed of all the people. You do.
Of course. And he's a brilliant comic. He drove us home too.
But everyone was good on the show. Like I liked everyone.
Yeah, we had a great group.
It was such a good group, and it was so upsetting to watch people like the tumbling. But I think people bomb in Montreal more often than they mention.
Yeah, well, it's a tough comedy town actually because they're bilingual. They're French fucking assholes.
They're snobs.
Yeah, they're snobby French
You
fucking
French
filthy
fuck
people.
pieces of
You
shit.
fucking losers.
Fucking
I hope
assholes.
they all die soon. But
You fucking die.
but I think also it's like there's a ton of industry there. There's a lot of pressure, and
So
they've
much
seen
pressure.
a ton of comedy, and they buy passes. So it's like their 3rd show of the night and their 15th show in the week.
And it was late. It was late.
It was super late. It started way late, and I remember the last guy that went on. I was in the back by the bar, and I legitimately couldn't hear him because
Was it Nick
so
Mullen
loud.
or the guy with the long hair?
No, it was Tommy Pope.
Oh, Tommy Pope was
Tommy Pope,
last.
Philadelphia.
Oh God, love Tommy Pope.
And
I
he's
love
killing
everyone.
it now. We're all
Oh.
doing really well now, but
took a while.
I forgot Nick Mullen was in that
Nick
group
Mullen.
too. And
Come town.
yes, and
Come, my lady.
but it was so loud that you couldn't even hear the comedian on stage, and I'm like, this is
It's so
outrageous.
sad. It was like playing like a rock venue or like opening for a band or something. Which, by the way, I think I'm opening for Papa Roach on August 21st. You guys,
Oh, fun.
I'm gonna pass out. I don't know if it was real. It was a DM. I have fucking evidence, but I don't know if it was real.
Oh, that's exciting.
I also might be doing ayahuasca that weekend, but if not, I'm there.
All right. I
But,
don't know what
so-
either of those things are, but
We
I feel
talked
like
about it a lot.
I feel like I'm 75 years old. Like I'm doing ayahuasca with Papa Roach. I'm like, who? What is this?
You merged some
I'm
stories.
like, I'm
but that
smoking
sounds
weed
fun.
and going to see Jackson Brown.
Are you? Do you smoke weed?
No, I just wanted to name a drug.
I liked it. It was
yeah,
funny. It
yeah,
was
sorry.
good.
I hate myself now. I don't do
No,
anything. I
everything you do is
smoothies.
perfect.
Let me
You
ask you,
can't be your negative self-talk. You gotta stop this.
can I ask something of you guys? I'm having an issue right now. Is that all right if I just
Of
put this out there?
course.
I'm taking shits and like oil comes out of my asshole.
What are you eating?
Too many nuts. I looked it up. I don't even know why I'm asking because I've looked it up already. And I talked to a doctor and I've just been eating like 1 million nuts. So it's like too oily. And then I was also eating like organic peanut butter.
Is
like
it
a
just
full
sliding
jar.
out of your ass?
Like it looks like someone dipped olive oil.
Oh, that's good. I like that you look at your shits like that.
Well, this was like something felt weird, and then I looked.
Squished
It's
out.
like
There
bubbles.
wasn't enough resistance.
I have photos if you'd like to see photos.
This
but
is good for hemorrhoids.
what do you mean?
Because hemorrhoids are a lot of like pressure, like pushing out. So if you're lubing it up, it just will slide out, and you won't have to worry about hemorrhoids.
Oh, that's good. I'm not worried about that. But I have like.
Oh, you're not?
It's
Me
like
neither.
An oil spill.
Mine's like a Sahara desert with hemorrhoids.
Oh, you have hemorrhoids currently?
Sometimes.
Ah, jeez. That's like a bubble of blood.
It's like, I would call it butthole herpes.
Oh.
If we want to go to it.
Oh, I have herpes.
Yeah, if we want to get into it.
Not in my butthole. I'm
My
not a
favorite
fucking
thing
loser.
about you is your herpes.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
I really
that.
do. I love when you got herpes, you were the best. Like, you've been the best about having herpes of anyone that's ever had herpes. as far as
Oh,
I'm
thank
concerned.
you. Yeah, well, I did it. We had a, for the
You're
folks
so
at home.
funny about it.
There was a comedy award show, like a fake award show. They called the Chris Laker Awards, who's a comic out here. And they did it, just a fake award. They just made up awards. And I won the Gentleman's Gentleman Award for being a nice guy. And then I thought it would be funny to give a really heartfelt speech where I was like, this has been a tough year. I got herpes, like riddled with herpes. And I thought it would kill.
Yeah.
And it just bombed. Like it bombed. Because I think people
Was
are
Howie
like,
Mandel in the audience like, oh no, herpes?
oh, yeah, I was following Mackie. So no, I did it and like nobody, this is a fun story about my wife too. I told the story and it just bombed and I had to walk, it was like packed, like a rock club. And I had to like part the seat to like get back to the back of the room. And I was like dejected because I was like, God, that fucking bombed. And Sarah Talamash, my now wife, was like, I think it's great that you said that. Like people should be more open about herpes.
Yeah.
And she was the only one that said anything. And I remember thinking, oh, this girl must have herpes.
Yeah.
And so I
You're
started.
like, oh, she's about to have it.
I started pursuing her. I mean, I liked her anyways. We were friends, but I was like, let me try to have sex with her. She already has herpes. That's great. And that's why I pursued my wife, is because I
That's
thought she
great.
also had herpes. And it turned out she's just a nice person.
There's another comic, Drew Michael, that
Yes.
talks about having herpes.
Yeah.
And I, after a show, was like, so, like, I don't know, I just like when people are honest. And I was like, fuck, I love like that you talk about having herpes, all this stuff. And then he like DM'd me or something. And I was like, oh, it sounded like I was trying to suck his herpes dick, like real hard.
Yeah. So if you're out there listening and you compliment someone for being open about herpes, they assume you're trying to fuck. Or if you talk to anyone, ladies know that.
Yeah. They
If you
assume you're
talk to
trying to-
somebody, people assume you want to fuck.
I've been realizing that people think I don't want to, like, well, people lean in for, a lot of inappropriate people lean in for a kiss with me, but also that I give off like a prickly, where like sometimes when I do like someone and want to bang them, I'm so mean. Still like that high school fucking or middle school, like.
Well, you've always been
ponytail.
very nice to me.
I would say that all my guy friends had a shot at one point. I would say if you've made me laugh, you've had a shot.
Yeah, it feels like for the most part, sexually, anybody could fuck anybody on any given day.
Right.
If the mood strikes right, or you're in like on the
It's
road
the right,
together.
Yeah, it's the right time. And with comics too, because I used to be like, try really hard not to fuck comics. And now I'm back in a place where I'm like, I can't, because I just dated comics and it doesn't, I mean, sometimes it works obviously, but it's just, for me, it's been a like painful experience.
Right. Yeah. it's
Good, but
tricky.
painful. And then it's like, once you're at the comedy store and it's like someone you dated like brings you up, and then like the person you're bringing up, you're like, oh, I fucked that guy too. You're just like, I'm sandwiched in between, like.
Yeah, that's what's tricky. Like my wedding, there's like multiple people my wife has sex with at the wedding, and you're like, what can you do? You know.
Well, it's hard because, I always say this, it's like, you're up late, you're laughing, like, it's fun. Like, we're all having a good time. It's like people are just going to eventually fuck each other, maybe.
Yeah, and you're doing drugs, you're drinking, and it's isolated, and then you
Mine's
feel
sober.
and you feel connected because it's
Yeah.
like comics have so much in common. So you're
Yeah.
like, yes, I also hate that
Yeah.
guy. And before you know it, you're eating someone's asshole.
Then their assholes in someone's mouth.
Yeah.
Your hemorrhoids are just fucking hitting their uvula.
Yummy. My oil.
Who's in?
My oils.
Oily asshole. I love that.
Yeah.
Oily asshole Joe.
It's wild. It's called something. I don't know how to say because I've only read it. Like Stratoria.
Scatteria.
Something like that. Yeah.
Is that what skeet?
I don't know if that's what it's about, but
Anthony's?
I was doing a keto for like a month, but I don't know how to go keto. So I started to eat this organic peanut butter because I'm like, that's fat and it's filling. But I would eat literally like a jar of it. And then I've also been eating a ton of peanuts. And then I looked it up, and like the amount of peanuts you're supposed to eat in a day, maximum is like 35.
Oh my God, I'm about to nut. Speaking of, this is so hot.
Thank you.
I usually have this fake hand that I fake finger myself with, but I don't. It's too far away.
Oh, that's fun.
I have props.
Sorry for talking about nuts and
I love
bowel
it.
movements. All right. I might have to have an oily shit in your
No,
bathroom.
you can oily shit up my whole thing.
Okay, great.
Josh Adam Myers was here last week, and he used my bathroom, and I went and he left the seat up, and there was so much period blood on the bottom of the thing. I was so embarrassed. He never brought it up to me though, and I just want the fans at home to know.
One time, you want to hear like the grossest thing that's ever happened to me in my life, and it's like a jarring memory. One time, when I was like a young kid, I didn't know what this meant, but I sat down to like poop and also urinate. But at the time, I had a tiny little kid dick, so it like pointed.
You don't have one now?
No, now I have a regular size. But like when you're
Tiny
sitting on the
little
toilet,
dick.
your little dick points like out. Like if I pissed, it would just be pissing on the wall. So I had to like push it down. And when I was pushing it down, the back of my finger hit the side of the toilet bowl, and I pulled it up, and there was blood on my fingers. I've had my fingers in my mother's period blood.
Well, you were born through your mother's bloody puss too.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't have a lot of memory of having it on my face. But I have a distinct memory of it on my
Did you
fingers. Yeah, I put it on like war blood, and then and then I attacked her.
And that's how I got herpes.
Yeah, got it from her.
But if moms give birth to kids with herpes, they can be blind, right? Or is that made up?
Oh, I remember hearing that. That's one of the things I Googled.
Sounds like masturbating and you turn blind.
Yeah. Well, it's a thing of like if you touch an open sore and then touch your eyes, you can get herpes in your eyes or something. I've heard, but I've done that a million times, and I don't have any in my eyes.
Did you did it on purpose or like testing?
Yeah, I literally just.
But you don't get herpes all the time. You just do. Are you on the medicine?
No. Well, I have the medicine, Valtrex, which I take. Some people take it all the time just to, what do you call that? Suppress it.
Right.
I just take it if I feel a tingle or something. I'll take it and it'll knock it out. It's pretty amazing drug.
That's
like
cool. Yeah.
I can be like, oh, I feel like a little itchy or off, and I just take it and nothing happens.
That's great.
But early on, it was wild. I mean, it was like horrific. I wanted to kill myself. I mean, I want to kill myself most of the time, but then I really.
No, don't Brody yourself.
Oh, geez, don't make it personal.
Brody, we like to bring Brody up.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we keep him alive.
Oh, that's good.
Brody, you are dead. I love you.
No, Brody too well.
Oh, Brody's the
Jesus
best.
Christ, that would have been. Is that all right?
That was Brody
That probably was.
popping
Yeah.
through. Yeah. No, Brody was the best. It was. People were all bummed last night at the party. It is weird when there's like a big event at the Comedy Store and Brody's not there. You're like,
Oh, was it the Christmas party or something?
yeah, it was weird. It was fun. I was telling maybe I shouldn't talk about this. Why I can. There was like a Comedy Store guy that I was like, oh, he's cute. He's like all quiet, like oh. And last night he was all fucked up and being all animated, and I was like, no, I'm not into it. I don't like you at your best. Get out of here.
This poor guy never knew that he just cockblocked himself.
He cockblocked himself by having Joy in front of me.
Yeah.
He's like, I liked him. He seemed all like confident. He was all confident. He did grab my water bottle though. This was good. I was talking to someone else, and he came and grabbed my water bottle, and he's like, I went, that's mine. He goes, I know. And he drank it, and I was like, I did get a little wet.
Oh, interesting.
He
Doesn't
was being
it feel
alpha.
like?
But then he was dancing and singing, and I was like, goodbye.
It feels like everything that a guy does to flirt or do whatever could be taken either sexy or like gross, deal breaker.
Yeah.
Like it feels like depending on the mood or the guy, picking up your water bottle and drinking from it would be like, that guy's fucking disgusting. Or you're like, that's hot.
But it's like that risk is what's hot. Because it's like
Right.
it could go either way. So when he did it, I went, oh shit. But then I did run out of there. I just, I gotta just be careful about what I put my vagina on.
Yeah, be careful. I would just do the Tinders.
No, I did some dating app. I don't really like the dating apps. I'm kind of just doing this right now. I have a problem. I am codependent and stuff. So I'm always like looking for, I say it's like an obsession snake. It's like a snake inside of a guy and I'm obsessed with him. And then the snake like jumps out of their throat into someone else and I'm obsessed with them and then whatever. And so I was trying to get this one guy to be it and he wasn't it. And then now I'm just like, I guess I'm just going to fucking kill the snake. I got to get some work done.
You got to kill the snake.
I got to kill the snake and I got to just take this. I was really like, I got really upset yesterday, like really lonely because I was like, oh fuck, I don't have any dude. But then I was like, this is good. I have to write. There's stuff I have to write
Yeah, that's good.
to get work done.
It's good to be alone. And then it happens when you were not even expecting it.
Yeah, like herpes.
Yes. Well, I was expecting it because the girl was like, I
Oh
have
my God,
herpes.
You're so funny. I
I
remember
was
that
like, no
story is
sweat.
so good.
Well, I was just telling this story.
Weren't you in a playground?
We were on a playground. Yeah, you remember? Wow.
Yeah, I remember everything you tell me. You're
and
my friend.
the girl was like really short. She was like 4'9".
It's hot.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
Fuck a little midge.
well, I was like really turned. I was already into her for a long time, and then it like finally sunk up that we both were single. So we had like this one.
Oh, that's the
chance.
best,
And the
yeah.
problem is, it's like a rom-com. It'd be ideal if the herpes thing wasn't involved, because I was immediately had anxiety that I was like, oh, I'm gonna get herpes, which is like the story of my life. It's like if you do something destructive, you should just accept it and be like, all right, I'm gonna do this.
Right.
I'm doing this.
But it's the going back and like going
Immediately
over.
while we were having sex, I was like, God, this was stupid, you know. And yeah, what can you do? It's the
You're in a
gift that keeps giving.
playground. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, so that was like the joke, was that
Come
from
on.
any distance it looks like I'm fucking a kid, because it was like she's like a full 2 feet shorter than me, and it's like 1 a.m. we're on a playground, and then I got nervous about that. I didn't even like come. I had so much anxiety about the herpes.
Oh
and
my
like,
God, you didn't come during your herpes getting?
no, and then it's like I'm
Oh.
fucking her, and like I got her legs in the air, and her legs are like this long, and from like 100 feet away, it's like, oh, this guy's clearly fucking a child, but she wasn't a child; she was an adult with herpes, and we're still friends.
Yeah, you gotta be friends. You're bound.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like the vampire that made you live forever.
Yeah, I hope I live forever.
You're gonna live forever with herpes.
You're gonna live forever.
How do they not have a cure for herpes, by the way?
I think they will
it's
soon.
I feel like it's like condom companies or something are connected with this.
I have a hope that everything will get cured in our lifetime, because everything gets sped up. Like I'm hoping like oily shits and herpes, all this stuff will just be a pill. You know, you take it and then you're fine.
I don't think oily shits is a problem.
No, I mean like oil. Like I gotta like show it to you. I think you're
Like
thinking
when you diarrhea, it's just oil comes out?
Can I show you a photo of this?
Of course.
Okay, great. Let me show you a photo, because I think you're gonna be like jarred.
Is it cool if we post it on that?
Yeah, hell
What if
yeah.
I
Well, I
come?
want some answers.
It's really pretty.
It's insane, right? I mean, look at that. It's green oil. I mean, I'll give it to you to post a photo. What do you
gorgeous.
think of that?
It looks like balsamic.
It's
Yeah,
it
it
looks a
looks
little
good.
balsamic-y. This one has some solids in it, but also the
So funny.
but also look at. I mean, that's crazy. But I got some information on it. I'll read you
There's
some.
there's always an answer.
All right, so it's called steatorrhea. How would you say that word?
Steatorrhea.
is not
Seton Smith.
It's not usually a major health concern. Happens after eating meals in high fat, fiber, or potassium oxalate. And that says common foods and drink known to cause it. Nuts, especially whole nuts with the skin or shell intact. So I've been eating a ton of that.
My shit always comes out as sperm. It's so weird.
Ooh. Do you know that for most of my life, I didn't know that sperm came back out of a vagina. Like I thought you just came and then it just shot in there and it lived in there. Like that's how babies happen. I didn't know it comes pouring out as soon as the lady gets up.
Does it come pouring out?
Yeah, well, it comes pouring out into my mouth if it's a nice day. On my birthday.
It comes pouring out of their asshole into your mouth?
Not asshole, vagina,
pie,
I'm saying.
cream
Yeah,
pie.
a cream pie. Yeah, I didn't know about that.
I had a friend who was like, she was always getting cummed in and she was never getting pregnant. And she was my friend in Santa Fe, my friend Lizzie. It was so funny. She would be like, yeah, they just come in you and you just like go to the bathroom and you just plop it out. And I was like, I think that's not how you do it. I don't think you keep it and then you plop it out. I think you have to not do that or you get pregnant.
Yeah, did she ever get pregnant?
Not that I know of.
Because you can even get pregnancy is so strange because it's interesting. You can get pregnant. Like people try to get pregnant. Like they're like, we have to fuck on the third Wednesday after Easter when with the lights on, and we still can't get pregnant. And then
Yeah.
other people like you can get someone pregnant
To plan
without
it,
even
they're like,
coming.
be there,
in them.
put your legs up.
Right, but you can pull out and blow a hot load on somebody's bushel, and they can still get pregnant because of the pre-cum business.
Yeah, it depends. But I guess, yeah, if you've jerked off or something. But I always pull out method. And then if I'm on my period, you can come in me. Or if I'm going to take the morning after pill, we have a fun couple days.
If someone's fucking you while you're on your period, they deserve to blow in it.
Yeah, it's great.
Know?
It's fun.
I like a period.
Yeah, it's good.
Get right in
It's
there.
fun.
Am I making it grosser than it normally is?
No,
here?
it's great.
All right, I'm always worried that
No,
people are
it's
going to be
great.
like, why'd you have this guy?
No,
We're talking about period blood and oily
You're
shits.
great.
Okay.
You're the best.
All right, great.
No, I wish you would stop with the negative self-talk. I know that you have This is your thing.
Well, I hate myself. I've gotten better.
Are you mad at me and I hate myself?
Yeah, those
That's
are my
your
things,
thing.
particularly when I was drinking. My last album was called Are You Mad at Me? And my new one's going to be called I Hate Myself. So keep it
Get
going.
it out.
Yeah, exactly. And then the next one after that will be, hey, I'm doing great.
I'm
now,
doing
so-
good now.
Yeah, I'm doing better. Therapy, you know.
Are you in
helps.
therapy?
Oh, yeah, I love therapy.
Yeah.
It's the best thing I've ever done in my life.
I watch YouTube videos for therapy and I listen to podcasts. Michelle Chalfont's podcast, The Adult Chair. Everybody listen to it. It's so good.
Oh, I'll try it.
heaven.
I'm trying everything. I use the Calm app. I go I'm a AA guy. I'm a therapy guy. I'm a meditation guy. I just got into Wim Hof breathing. Do you know that guy?
That's the guy that can go into freezing water.
Yeah, you're the first person I know that's heard of him. Yeah, he ran up like Everest in his shorts. And so I've been doing that breathing and taking cold showers, which is
Oh, that's
fun.
cool. I've tried that. I'll talk to you about that more because I tried doing that and I got completely off of it. It's supposed to be good for your immune system.
It's supposed to be good for your immune system and anxiety and all these things. So I'm trying to do that.
I'll take a cold ass shower.
And I'm doing mixed martial arts, which you said you are also.
I do jujitsu. It's so fun.
I do jujitsu as well as other things.
That's
It's a
cool.
mixture. So I would win.
What's
happening? Your vagina's.
It really buzzed a
exploding.
lot. Amber Alert.
Oh, yes.
And
those
Amber
are
Alert
hot.
was just inside my pussy, by the way.
That's fun.
That was hot. It's
you-
like really. Why does it vibrate the most when it's about a kid? It doesn't vibrate that long when the phone rings or when the.
Because they want you to really pay attention.
Come.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I come, I'll think about that kid.
You're better thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really looking for that kid.
You blow a nice hot load, and then you're like, where the hell is Michelle?
I wish I could have a dick.
Yeah, it's fun.
It would be so fun to have a dick for just a little bit.
It really is fun.
I had a strap on for a sketch on Girl Code years ago, and I was really like knocking things off the table. I was slapping people in the face with it. It was really like powerful and fun. I like making a boner too. That feels fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, like when you have like a nice hard on, you're holding someone's legs in the air and just sticking it right in there.
A small woman's herpes legs.
Yeah, it really feels nice. It's a nice feeling.
Yeah, it seems fun to enter. I would like if there was a guy that I was dating that was into pegging, which I kind of think most of the guys that I've dated are secretly into pegging,
Right.
but they're not comfortable enough with themselves to say anything because I date a lot of guys that don't have dads, right? So there's like a little bit of a maybe a lacking of a masculine, and they're passive and they're
Gay.
gay. They're a little gay.
Gay.
They're a little gay. I had a moment the other night where I was like, every guy I have a crush on is a fucking bleep it. Where I'm just like, I literally was just like, every guy, I was just listening to my friend what's gay about them. Like there was like a singer that I was singing. I was like, it's gay. His lyrics are gay. They're like it's gay. And then like the other guy that I've been dating before that like dances, like he can like Broadway dance. I'm like, that's gay. That's so gay. It's like I'm into these talented boys, but they're like tickling the ivories like a fucking bleep.
My thing is with all these sex things, and I try to do a bit about it. All these like weird sex, or what I don't want to shame or whatever.
I'm shaming you.
Some of these sex things, the transition back to your regular life would be hard.
Right.
Like I'm not interested in being pegged, but like there's something. If I was into it, to me the weird thing would be like afterwards when you're like, all right, honey, do you want to watch The
Waffle?
Office?
Yeah.
Or like we gotta visit your mother in a couple days.
Pancakes or waffles?
Because I feel that way, and this is a bit I have about even talking dirty. It's weird to segue back in
Yeah.
to be like, yeah, you fucking whore, spit in my mouth, I'm a little bitch, and then you have to be like, all right,
Yeah.
what do you
did
want to watch? Like, let's get some pizza.
Yeah.
It feels weird.
Have you talked
And
to the accountant?
I always think about that with like a cuckold situation. It must be so weird to be like, okay, Greg,
Yeah. Thanks for coming
take care,
by,
man.
Tyrone.
And then be like, wow, he was really fucking plowing you there. That was wild. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that stops me from being pegged and letting people fuck my wife is the uncomfortableness of afterwards.
Yeah. Well, it's the unknown too. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's why I just go for the old bread and butter.
Yeah. There was a guy who I hooked up with on an airplane, and we stayed in contact. He fingered me on an airplane, and then we stayed in touch, and he would text me like I would break up with a boyfriend and I'd be like, oh, maybe I'll hook up with this guy. But then he texted me, he would send me like all this like BDSM stuff where I was like, it was like all these girls in ball gags. I'm like, can we regular fuck for, like, I've never regular fucked you. Can we regular fuck before it's like all this fucking weird shit?
Yeah, it's hard to go back.
But I want to read this.
Once you get weird.
Well, because, yeah, I had one guy that I hooked up with, I talked about on a podcast before, where it was like, he was all like choky and spitting on me and doing all this stuff. And it was like fun for a little bit, but it's like, I'm not going to like introduce you to my parents.
Yeah, that's
Like,
the
you're not
weird
going to
thing,
meet my
too.
grandmother.
That's a good premise. You have to wait for your wife or husband's parents to die before you can.
Yeah.
Like, oh, your parents passed away. Let's try anal now.
Yeah, you can't like it's like we're just gonna. That's like I guess the same as like the transition thing where it's like, all right, do you have the holiday card? Did you send it to my parents? All right, let me find this.
Oh boy,
All right, it's all right. He saw some butts.
I saw little butts.
This was like not. Oh, this is a couple that sent me stuff.
Oh,
She
fun.
was like a school teacher.
Jesus, that's a school teacher.
Whenever I do shows like across the like in the.
She's like a smoke show.
Yeah, she's hot, right? But she's very regular looking.
Wow.
She's pretty though, right? But she's like a hot teacher. Like you wouldn't know how hot she was.
Wait,
but
so this is a couple? They're an attractive couple.
I was in Missouri, I think. I was at Sanford and Sons.
Oh, okay. Missouri loves company.
Missouri. Fuck my wife. Missouri.
Wait, so now let me
my
see
wife
that next one with
okay,
the
so
business?
they had been hanging out. And I think I smoked cigarettes at the time. It's Kansas City. It's like, hey, loved your show last night. How long are you in Kansas City? I leave tomorrow. You guys were awesome. Wow, thanks. We definitely come see you next time you're in town. So did you say you live in LA or New York? I go, New York or LA. And they go, oh, I've never been. I'd love to go though. Do you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend? I go, just on my boyfriend and I'm destroying my bang list right now. And they go, nice. I'd love to be on that list. And I go, dang girl, I just dropped my dumbbell. I was at the gym. And she goes, haha, it would be a lot of fun. Have a great show and let me know if you want to hang out afterwards. And it's like a picture of her fingering herself with her tits.
Is this
we could post it.
And her
husband is taking the picture.
Wow.
So we can post them.
I don't
want to show her face.
No, I want to see it. That looks great.
But
is that the end of the conversation?
I just didn't write back.
Oh boy.
And then they deleted their account.
Interesting. Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
so listen. So this guy, so the fingering guy, I was just sending him that. Okay, so the fingering guy, years after he fingered me on the airplane, he sent me some like BDSM shit and I was like not into it. But then he goes, I get this in the morning. He was dirty texting me and I had fallen asleep already. He goes, try to think of me tonight as if we went to a high school reunion. I mean a high school prom. And then you're all innocent. But then after prom, I take you to this hotel with its own dungeon and you're scared, but you stay and you let me do whatever I want to you. You don't want to like it, but you can't stop yourself from coming over and over again, especially with the clamps on your nipples and the vibrator that's strapped between your legs that I control with a remote as I do other things to the rest of your body.
Wow.
So then I wake up at 6:54 a.m. I write, this is how Jean Bonnet died. And then he wrote, you suck.
This is very specific.
But here's the thing. But
really
what's annoying about that is like, okay, so what I'm reading, I'm like, so we're at high school prom. So I'm a minor. And then he goes, we go to prom. Then we go to this hotel with its own dungeon. But we're kids. We're minors. So it's like, I'd use my dad's credit card to book this like sex slave hotel. Like, how is that happening? Then he goes, you're scared, but you want to stay. I'm like, okay. That's not fun. And then he goes, the clamps on the nipples. I'm like, relax. I'm a child.
Right.
And also I had my nipples pierced when I was in high school, so that wouldn't have fucking worked. Just clamping onto the nipple rings. And then when he goes, the vibrator's strapped in between your legs that I control with a remote. It's like, that's the most annoying technical, like there's batteries involved. It's just like not hot. I feel like when you're bringing all these props and stuff, like props can be implied, they can be there, but don't bring them up. Like,
yeah, I think you got to get a feel for her fantasy and then put your own spin on it, you know? Like maybe he could have been like, after prom, you fuck me in the ass and, you know.
Yeah. It's like
choke
this
me to
guy,
death.
yeah, I feel like that's what he wanted.
Yeah, sounds like it.
And so he
But
was like, he said he had a bed with like hooks on it or something. I was like, this is so, like, if I get married and I get bored, like maybe we'll be like, let's buy some extra like straps or something for the house.
Sure.
But it's like,
Yeah.
I haven't fucked you yet. You fingered me on an airplane, dude.
Yeah, that's, but again, that's like what we were talking about earlier. He went for it. Like if you were into that, it was a gamble. But now he
Right.
looks like a goof and we're trashing him on this podcast. But
It's
maybe.
not trashing him.
I'm not
but
trashing,
it's like,
but
it's
if-
just when it just wasn't like a match. I was like, that's not what I want.
But if it matched, that would have been hot. If
Right,
you
it
just
would have been
nailed
great.
your thing.
Yeah, and I do like some stuff like that, I guess. But yeah, it just has to be. There's no right way. I think you just have to swing your shots and hope that you don't get Me Too'd or something.
Yeah.
Hope
and you-
the girl doesn't fucking.
Yeah, and you got to hope. And then I think the other thing is with this stuff, you have to be able to let the person down gently. You can't be like, what? Fucking no way, you fucking.
Well, the
you
Jean
got to
Bonnet
be
thing was
like,
funny, I thought.
I think maybe I'm not. I'm talking about it in a relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's just some
Yeah.
guy. But in a relationship, you got to be like, I don't know if I'd be comfortable with that, but I like where your head's at. Let's try. It's like being in a writer's room.
Yeah.
Where you can't be like, that idea sucks. You have to be like, maybe, put it down.
It's like improv. You have to yes and.
Yeah,
you can't know but.
Think about it. Yeah, maybe we'll try
There's
that one.
There's no but in butt stuff.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than being like, what if I wear a mask and you pretend to be your aunt, and then she's like, what?
Yeah, my aunt.
You fucking sick fuck, and you're like, oh shit. Sorry.
I know. Yeah, you want it to be a safe space to say what you want, but I don't know. There were guys that I like didn't get. Where I dated them and they never really like opened up, and I'm like, there's some fucking weird shit you want, and they deny it, but I'm like, there's some fucking weird shit you want.
Yeah,
I can tell.
Of course, every guy has something weird. He kind of wants to like eat his mother's panties or something like that. I made that up. I mean, that's not something I'd be interested in. All right, I want my mother's panties in my mouth. What do you guys want? I would love to have my mother's panties.
Can we
in my
Photoshop
mouth.
a picture of Joe's mom in her underwear, real quick? Thank you. We do a lot of photoshopping afterwards. No,
Make
but it's
her hot.
very like, yeah, I don't know. I always think that I would be like down, and then I'm like, it's just such and especially for girls, because it's like harder for girls to come, I feel like. So it's like, there's so many things that have to be in place.
Oh, of course.
I've been trying to do a bit about how it should be, the roles should be reversed, because women are natural like nurturers and caregivers. So if it took you guys a long time to come, we would be like making your dick a sandwich and shit, and like singing at Sade or something.
Right. I've been there before. I took Paxil for years for depression and anxiety, and I couldn't come for like hours. And I felt bad because like my girlfriend would like blow me for like 25 minutes, and she's like, "Are you kidding?" And I'm like, "It's the drugs. It's not." And it was hard because I'd have like sores on my dick from just jerking off for like 9 hours straight. It was a bummer.
Did you ever get a mix of that and herpes at the same time?
No, I never had that because I was off the meds by the time I got herpes.
Obviously, that's an unmedicated move to fuck the short childlike girl with herpes.
If I had been taking Paxil, I would have been like, I don't know, this is a great idea.
Or you would have had so much more herpes from fucking her for longer.
Now I'm gonna make it clear, this is an adult woman with adult feelings and thoughts. She just happens to be short.
From a child.
Yeah, she just happens to be short. And we were on a playground because she was at her parents' house and her parents were home. And then we almost fucked in a cemetery.
Did you get her parents' permission?
No, I didn't ask her.
Because she's a minor?
No, I didn't ask her, but I did.
They had to sign off.
I did babysitter or something. I feel uncomfortable with this.
My babysitter has found me. He saw me on Lights Out. With David Spade.
How much older is he than you? Because that could be hot.
He was like, it's not. There's no picture. Okay, there's no picture. Like, I think he signed up to talk to me on Facebook.
Okay.
There's no picture. When you Google him, there's an arrest record. There's no picture.
Interesting.
My parents were like, prided themselves, or my mom prided myself on trusting people that no one else trusted with her kids. That's how I got molested so much. But it's like no, but it is like my mom would just be like, I'm trusting, like, take my kids. But all in good faith. But he was like a friend of her son. And but he's like asking me all these things. He said he had a head injury, and he's like, don't you have two brothers? They look so much alike. Are they brothers or twins, or were you the twin? I'm like, sir, good day.
Right.
Good day, sir.
Because it feels like that. Again, that's another thing that feels like it could be like a fantasy of like, oh, my old babysitter.
I think I remember having a crush on. This is how fucking molested I was. I had like weird like crushes at a very young age. Like it was like weird attention things. But I remember having a crush on him, but I also remember one of my only memories of him that my brothers we all remember it, but we don't agree on where it was, which is weird about memory, especially when you have a twin and you have all these shared experiences.
Yeah. Well, they say when you're remembering something, you're always remembering the last time you remembered it, not the actual event. So you're recalling a memory.
That's interesting.
That's why like eyewitness testimony becomes,
because
fucked up.
Yeah.
You're not actually remembering the thing. You're just remembering the last time you told that story. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, that's weird. But he was asleep. All of our babysitters, I think, were like very high, very, very high. And so he was asleep on the couch. I thought in this one room, my brother thinks another room, but he was wearing jeans and the jeans were unzipped. Okay. And he wasn't wearing underwear. So we got ice cubes and we put him down his pants.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Isn't that fun? That's like one of my biggest childhood memories.
Did he wake up from it?
Yeah, I think he jerked awake and we all ran.
Oh, that's fun.
We never talked about it with him. But you know, there's a part of me that wants to be like, do you remember this? But then there's another part of me that's like, let's not engage. Let's not bring up his penis.
Right.
And also I want to be like, were you jerking off? Because one other babysitter that wasn't him, that was another friend's son, stole my parents' porns.
Oh, wow.
Like he just stole them. Like how gangster is that to just steal someone's?
It's weird to think that parents all had porns before.
We stole my parents' porn.
Now you don't have porn. It just exists on the internet.
Right.
You don't like possess porn.
I know, it was so much more coveted. It was like a thing. We discovered like the treasure box of like my dad's like weed pipe and all of his porn and stuff.
Oh, that's fun.
And we stole, he had this one porn called Excerpts, which was like pretty much like a curated, you know how you could like record on tapes?
Yeah.
So he had excerpts. It was like in his handwriting. And he had recorded like different like clips. And so it was just like my dad's personal preference, which we're all not sure is correct because it was gross. But so we stole that, and my brothers and I would like invite our friends over. Maybe my older brother didn't. It might have just been my twin brother. We'd invite our friends over and we'd push the couch in front of the door and we would all watch this like porn together with our friends.
Oh, that's fun.
And nobody like masturbated, but we just would be like,
yeah, back then you could
Feeling
watch
weird.
porn without masturbating.
well,
You'd
we would
be,
just
interested.
like be like, this is, whoa, what is this?
Right.
What's up with this? But then so then we had, remember when the TV VCRs, like the connected ones were big?
Yes.
So my mom got my brother a TV VCR for Christmas. So he had a TV VCR in his room, and then Excerpts just appeared. Like that was like when we were 13, we stole it.
Yeah.
And then it disappeared. We don't know where it went. And then it appeared on Max's, on top of the TV. So like my dad or my brother, my older brother, someone was like, you're a man now. You have your own VCR in your room.
Wow.
Here's this porn. Like it just appeared. So Max is like, Excerpts is back. So I was like, all right, when you're done, it's my turn with Excerpts. Cause now we're like 15, 16, no, we're 16 cause we could drive, 16 or 17. So then he watches it. And then I'm like, a week later, I'm like, I want to see Excerpts again.
How interesting to be jerking off to the same porn your dad jerks off to.
The whole thing's weird.
Yeah.
And
it's a family affair.
But it's also like a memory of like child. And it's like, I got really arrested. I had arrested development in that age. Like I was having like, I felt like I was 14 up until like 3 years ago. Like I was stuck at 14.
Right.
That was just my most traumatizing or something age. There was something like that I got hooked on. So I would always kind of fantasize, like I always had a crush on the same guy I had a crush on then. So it was like to watch that tape again and have the memory of like that neighbor coming over and us like taking our shirts off and like making out watching it was like really hot. But also my brother had watched it too. So anyway, so I'm like, Max, where's Excerpts? This is my turn with Excerpts. And he's like, fuck, mom returned, something was wrong with his TV. So she returned the TV with it in the VCR.
Oh, wow.
So my brother and I went to Best Buy. We like took my mom's Lumina van and we drove to Best Buy. It said 3 kids on the license plate. We drove together, twins, 16, 17, go to Best Buy. We're like, we're looking for a video. And they're all like, we didn't see it. We don't know. We probably put it on as a floor model and then someone bought it. So like that Excerpts went to someone's house.
Wow. This is like It Follows. You see that movie? It's like somebody gets haunted by this porn now. It must still exist somewhere. Don't you wish there was like a magical thing that you could find things that you lost? Like
that tile thing you can put on your keys that beeps or something. Like you can put it on like a memory or a past thing.
And all these things have to exist now somewhere.
Yeah.
You don't even want to find, like my wife and I had like all of our luggage stolen in San Jose in March. And I'm like, I wish I just knew where my fucking Bruins t-shirt was right now or my notebook. Is it in the trash? Is it burnt? Because you can't, it's not like it's disappeared. Somewhere it exists. Yeah.
There's like, it's somewhere on top of a pile of some fucking like rotten fish or something.
Maybe they're together. Maybe my like Patriots hat and your porn are like living
God.
amongst each other in some weird.
Just imagine some little kid like turning that TV on and being like, oh my God, it was like Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, dream come true. Well, back then to find a porn, you had to like get lucky.
Yeah.
You had to just come across it in like, in a sewer or something.
We had a neighbor who would, this guy Brian, who would sell my brothers porns, but he would sell it for like so much money. So he would sell them like a Playboy or something for like $40 or something crazy. And so my parents found out about it, and then they got a subscription to Playboy. So my dad would have it in his office, and my brothers could like come take them out.
Wow.
like a library.
You have very progressive parents, I feel like.
I got molested so much because of it, though. I'm like, Jesus. But I remember I would take them, I'd like look in the bathroom and I'd be like, I don't look like these. What? I don't look like this. I didn't know like
Right.
about the differences of bodies and all. But yeah, it was weird. It was like, kind of progressive, but also like, who knows? I guess it was good. It was good in a lot of ways. I like my life now.
That's good. Yeah.
So it worked out. I was
got
raised wildly.
Yeah, but you're here. But you didn't get molested by your parents.
No, thank God.
Oh,
that's always the
good.
worst.
Yeah, because I feel like you're pretty close with your folks.
No, I love my parents.
That's
It could be Stockholm.
Mm,
But no, I love them. No, I forgive them too.
that's
People do
important.
their best. I try to forgive everyone. It's a weird thing because the teacher that assaulted me in high school, he's an artist. And I hate him, obviously. He's disgusting. He's like a gross pervert or whatever. But I've been doing all these like deep meditations and I always end up like coming to him in like these moments of like forgiveness. I did this one meditation through Michelle Chalfont's podcast, The Adult Chair, that was about like you go down an elevator and you walk out into this path and it's like some place that's like positive from your childhood or something, like it's a safe place. So I imagine there was this park near my high school that was so pretty, and we used to go smoke weed, and there was like this rock cliff that you would like look off and you can see all the trees, and it was so pretty. But I never associate anything with high school as good because of all the traumatizing experiences I had. So it was weird that I was there, but I was like, oh, that's cool, like that I can enjoy this again. And then a figure, it could be an animal or a person, comes to you and they guide you down this path. So I my dog that had died came to me, my dog Punky. Do you remember Punky?
I don't think so.
I used to bring her around. I bet if I showed you a picture, you'd remember. But I'd given her to my parents. And then so when she died, I was just feeling bad for my parents and I never really like mourned her. So I got this like weird experience where my dog came to me and I was like, oh, Punky, I miss you, And then she walked me to this cliff and then they were like, all right, on the cliff or on this, you come to the end of this journey or whatever. And then there's someone who's hurt you. One of the villains from your life is there, and it could be someone small or big. It could be someone that really hurt you or just a little bit hurt you, current or past. And it was my teacher, and I was like, oh fuck, I didn't think I was ever gonna like be ready to deal with that. And then they were like, so that figure is on the rock, or in my case was on this cliff, this rock cliff, and they say to you something along the lines of, I'm paraphrasing, but something along the lines of like, I'm sorry that I hurt you. That was my hurt from my own life that I put on you. It doesn't belong to you, and I'm gonna take it back. And it was like this really crazy, powerful experience where I like really forgave this person that for being like this flawed, fucked up human. And that it's just like their stick just got on me and I just like unstuck it. And then I realized that like by doing that, I'm not thinking about it every day. I'm not a victim of this thing, so that I'm not like dragging this fucking gross white guy with dreads with me everywhere.
Wow.
So it was cool. So I feel good about that. But the new thing is I Googled him and his artwork is good. How do I feel about that? How do I feel about that I like his artwork?
Yeah, well, that's okay to like it. Like purchasing it would be weird, I think.
I mean, I think I should get it for free. You jizzed all over me, fool.
Yeah.
But you ruined my fucking life. Or made it. I don't know if you look at it like I like what my life is now. Maybe you made it.
Maybe that
thank
jizz
you.
was artistic, though.
Well, so I've
Did
been
you
doing
really
a joke
look at
about
the
that
jizz?
where I was like, if I knew like teacher jizz was going to help me get to where I am now, like I would have just been like taking so much more. I'd have a Netflix special by now.
But I think more of it could have thrown you even more off kilter.
I think I've got the perfect amount
You
of jizz.
had the right
in me.
amount of jizz.
I think it was like, it was perfectly rationed to create an artist.
So if you're getting molested, just think maybe this is the perfect amount of molestation.
That's kind of the whole point of this podcast.
Oh, okay.
That was what it was supposed to be. And then I just realized I have ADD and it's just going to have to be rambly. But my whole point in the beginning was like that it's like, to like the fucked up things are actually the good things that happen and to try to like see the positive in them.
Yeah, I agree. Like herpes, it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
It's the best thing that ever happened to me was your herpes.
Thank you. I started
love
talking to my wife, and now I have a beautiful wife and life partner because she was like, hey, I like that you have herpes.
Yeah. Sarah's cool as shit too.
Yeah, she's the best.
She's so funny and pretty.
Yes, I agree.
You got a
with both those
goodie.
things. Yeah. And she looks, she's very youthful. She eats really well and she works out.
Yeah, she looks young as shit.
Yeah. She's 93 years old.
She's a little older than you though, right?
She's 4 years older than me,
That's
which is
fun.
kind of hot. She was
Yeah.
a senior when I was in 8th grade, which
Ooh,
is really sexy.
perfect.
Yeah, it turns me on.
I like when people are way younger than me. Right?
Yeah, it's nice. It's fun. I think it's fun for like we're both into the age difference.
I hooked up with a kid that was 10 years younger than me, and it was pretty fun.
Yeah, I bet.
And he was like still in college, so like a little dumb too.
Yeah, that's
26
nice.
in college.
Yeah, that's fun.
But when they're too young, like when I'm on the dating sites, like I go very young and very old because I'm like, I don't know what I'm into. Whatever.
Yeah. I don't have a thing, but now that I have a wife, that's my thing.
Yeah, like
I'm
a little
I'm into
bit.
This.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It's good that you're like not into. What if you married her and you're like, oh, my thing is into being with unmarried women?
I think that happens. People do that. They get married and then they're like, oh, fuck.
Or there's certain guys that when their wife has a kid, they can't fuck her anymore.
Yeah, I think that happens a lot.
That's like
Yeah.
a real animalistic reaction that fucking sucks and is so scary.
Yeah, it's weird. And then it's also like there's like some sort of weird science with it, but then there's also like the thing of like now we're partners in this
Right.
instead of like whatever that is.
Right.
That's why we don't have a kid.
Are you going to have one?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so because it's hard because we're both comedians and one of us is going to have to really sacrifice a lot of our
And it's the girl, obviously.
career. And we're in New York and it's like public school, they have to move somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's just hard. And I'm on the road fucking all the time.
Yeah.
And she's usually on the road with me. So it's tricky. And then, climate change and all that shit. It's terrifying to me. I'm terrified that I'm going to die. So if I had a kid, I'd have to.
But you have hope that everything's going to be cured in your lifetime.
I have some hope, yeah.
That's
I try
cool.
to have hope because otherwise I'll be fucking sad.
Yeah, no, I try to not be sad. I don't pay attention to sad things. I was at a comedy club recently, and I'm not going to say which one because I don't want to start rumors. But the staff was like, enjoy it now. It's like going to get all corporate and they're going to never care about the comics anymore. But I go, can you guys never fucking talk like this around me ever? Like that has nothing to do with the present moment. I hate when people do this. This has happened to me a lot where this guy I was dating, I was like, I'm so excited. Like, I'm just getting all these spots. Like, I feel like I'm being like I just was feeling good. I was like, I feel like I've like leveled up in my career. I just feel like really excited. I got all the stage time. I have all these new jokes. Like, I just feel really good. And he goes, it's all temporary. Like, don't get excited about it. I'm like, bitch, I don't care. Like, I'm in it right now. Why would I be thinking about it fucking ending? Jesus.
Right. Yeah.
And then it was like spiral for like a year. I was just like, woo.
No, I have that. Sometimes people will like tell you like weather or like scientific predictions about the collapse of society. I'm like, come on, man, fuck
Yeah,
off.
it's not happening right now.
Yeah, and it's like no one knows the future, so it's probably wrong, and they've always thought that. So I try to ignore that.
Yeah,
shit.
it's like keep your little drama to yourself. I don't need to. So what? Then that's gonna influence how I am in the present moment. Like I'm worried now that a corporation is gonna come ruin a fucking club I like.
Save the drama for your mama.
Yeah, bitch. She fucking, you came from her pussy, bitch.
Yeah.
What else is going on?
I have AIDS.
You're on the road?
No, I don't know. Yeah, I'm on the road constantly. I've been on the road every
Who's your
week
agent?
for 4 months. WME, Tommy
Oh,
Pucciani.
cool.
Yeah.
I need a good agent.
Yeah.
I'm
I
never
love
on the
my
road.
agent. My agent's the best.
I'm literally never on the road. It's so annoying. I get people that are like, come here. I'm like, fucking get me an agent, bitch.
Why don't you have an agent? You must have.
I got
some kind of
dropped by
agent.
my agency 2 years ago just for PA. Just for road gigs. I was like, that's the only thing I want to do.
Right.
And they're like, we'll get you on a No, I don't want that. Why would I want that?
Right.
I mean, I'll do it if it gets me on the road more.
Yeah, you got.
I just like doing stand up.
Get a nice PA.
But then, so I've been talking, I have some meetings next week.
Great.
But it was just like, I was like, in a weird place where I'm like, this seems mutually beneficial. I don't really understand why I don't have an agent. And then they're like, send a tape. I'm like, I don't need to send you a tape.
Yes.
I definitely don't need to send you a tape. Can you please just look at my Instagram or come to my show or do whatever you want?
That feels like the 90s. Send
Well,
me
it's
a tape.
unbelievable. I need something to pitch. No, you don't. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you got to get an agent.
Yeah,
I
it's
concur.
working on it.
Yeah, the road is fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah, me too. It's
It's
fun
a
if you can
lot.
go with your wife. That's cool as shit.
It's the best. I mean, it's amazing because it feels like home. Not to sound like a cheese ball, but
No.
like it's like being at home because you're with your
Yeah.
wife and you can go back and it makes it a lot easier.
What
for
do you guys
sure.
do during the day when you're on the road?
It depends on where we are, I guess. We try to do some fun things, but
Yeah.
also work. Sarah's been like she's been doing the subtitles on people's Instagram videos.
Cool.
That's kind of like a
Why is that
side gig.
so fucking hard? They should have an app that makes that easy.
Well, I don't know. Like I like not doing it. That like I'll just pay somebody,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm paying a different guy because I'm trying to be loyal to him. But that's neither here nor there.
That's so
not
funny.
entertaining.
Your wife's just with you. You could just do it in like 5 seconds.
Well, I mean, also it's weird because it like gets weird. Like, what am I gonna do? She's like, you owe me $50, and I'm
That's
like, I
so
paid
funny.
for the flight. Like, so it's like this weird.
But what
so
if she
doesn't-
like fucks with you in the edit too?
Yeah, she's
Just like, and my wife is really hot. She just adds like how hot she is.
yeah,
and
and
everything.
I'm secretly gay. And you're
Yeah,
like, wait, what?
I'm gay.
But yeah, so she'll do that. We try to write a little bit, but we'll go to. It depends on where we are. We'll go to a museum or see some sights. Try to hike a little bit. Like in the old day, like when I was younger, I was featuring on the road. I would go and like hike 5 miles and go for a swim and see some shit. Now when you're like headlining, you're like, I kind of gotta be in
Focus.
I gotta be in somewhat feel good or whatever, be relaxed.
Well, I try to write. I try to write during the day.
Yeah, I do a little bit of that.
But then it's like, it's like an hour before and I haven't written. And then I'm like, oh, fuck. I gave myself the goal to write and then I didn't write. Now now I'm fucking mad at myself or whatever.
Yeah, I try not to do that too because a lot of times during the day I'm like, I should be working. But then I'm like, well, I am going to work tonight. We are doing 2 shows and you're working during that time. And in between, you're thinking about bits. So I'm trying not to worry about it too much.
It's fun. I do. Like, I have banned myself from dating comics, but it is fun to be in a relationship with a comic because you just write all the time.
Yeah.
It's just like joke. But I have like a million people I call. I call Bonnie like every day with a joke.
Yeah, that's me too. I text.
And she's like, I already have it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of texting.
She's like, you heard me say that one. Okay, boop.
Yeah, sorry. Still.
Oh, I heard you say that. Sorry.
But yeah, there's definitely a lot of like, have you ever heard this? Is this funny? Whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I love it. It's the best. I got a nice life. I made a nice little thing.
I feel like a lot of my friends are they're either dead or doing great.
Yeah, I'd like to be in that second group.
We're all doing good.
Yeah, I think so. It's fun.
What do you have any special anything coming up?
No. No. I have a special right now still on Netflix.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, it's new to you.
Watch it.
I might as well be like it came out
today. It's so
today.
good. It's really, really good.
It's season 2 of the stand-ups. I'm the first comic up there. The stand-ups, season 2, Joe List. And then you can hear my podcast, Tuesdays with Stories, which is very irreverent. So if you're not into that, don't listen to it.
What does irreverent mean?
It means like no reverence without reverence.
What's reverence mean?
It means like no respect. It's edgy. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, well, if they're watching this, they don't care if a fucking racist puppet.
Yeah, I think it'd be all right. Well, we're not Why'd you go racist? We're not racist.
No, the puppet's racist.
Oh, I see. No, but
Do you
we
feel
say
like a puppet?
filthy, horrible things.
Yeah, it's great.
But no, it's funny. It's me and Mark Norman. It's every Tuesday. And
one day I'll be on it. Do you have guests?
We don't really do guests. We do for live
I feel like sometimes you say that just when I ask to do it.
No, we had guests for like the first year and a half. And then we did a few without a guest. And people were like, it's better without guests. Because with guests, I mean, I am currently a guest. So I don't want to just trash guests. But sometimes it's harder, especially when there's 2 of us. You have to let that person talk.
Yeah, and
so
it's not...
the fans or whatever, they're like, we like hearing from you guys. And sometimes people... God, I'm so afraid I'm one of these people. Like sometimes people don't bring it on podcasts. They'll be like, I don't know. I don't really have much of a story. And then you're like, fuck.
No, you talked about herpes. You're doing good.
Okay, great. So if we have a live one, occasionally we'll do guests. So if we do a live one here, we'd love to have you.
Yeah, I would love to be on it. I want to do your other podcast.
Yeah, Mindful Metal Jacket. And that's about anxiety and stress and Buddhism and all that shit, mindfulness. So, but that hasn't come out yet.
It's so weird to like be at this age where it's like I do realize I'm like, oh, I do want to be better. I want to be like my best self.
Yeah,
and I think about how crazy I was, like, because you don't drink.
No.
But when I was drinking, I was like so trying to die, obviously. I was like going for blackout, like just going as hard as I could, like waking up bleeding all the time. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, I was the same. I was a mess. I was a fucking wild vandal piece of shit. And I feel like I'm not that.
Yeah, now I'm like, oh, I want to live. I think I want to have a kid. I don't know how I would do it though. I wish I could be a dad.
You got to let someone blow a fucking load.
Oh, I let them blow loads in me. I've been doing a joke on stage where I'm like, don't I look like I'm supposed to? Because I'm like physically the best I've ever looked in my life. Like I don't know what's happening. Just my body looks like someone's supposed to jizz in me. Like it just looks like I'm supposed to be impregnated.
Yeah, I
because I'm about to go.
Okay.
No, but I'm like about to. My eggs are about to dry up. So it's like this last final like push, but I'm like, I talk about it on stage. I'm like, I just want someone to like put a baby in. We don't have to keep it, but let's just like put it in.
Yeah. Maybe you can even have it and then get rid of it.
Give it up for adoption as an adult, like working an adult.
Yeah. A lot of places in LA you can leave a baby behind.
So many firehouses.
Diners, firehouses, those are good.
Diner. Under the table.
Under the table and dreaming. That was supposed to be Dave Matthews, but I had the tune off, so it was just like a musical. How does that go? Under the table and dreaming.
I don't know.
Why am I doing musical?
I only know like one or two.
Is that even a line for the song?
I don't know 1 or 2 Dave Matthews songs, not this one.
I think it's ants marching. When all the little ants are marching.
Oh, is that about sperm?
Under the table and dreaming.
Wait, is that sperm?
That might not be the lyrics. I don't actually know. I don't think it's
marching.
About sperm. Oh, maybe. No, I think it's about like, we're all ants marching, man. Like traffic.
Oh my God.
Like,
Dave, Mr. Matthews.
I think it's that. I think it's like, got more cars than the beach, got sand. Suck it up, suck it up, baby. Under the table and dreaming.
Give him a guitar.
I think that kind of might have sounded good. You were singing, you're like, I think that might have been good.
Yeah, but you ever record it and then listen to it, you're like, that's not good.
No, yes, of course. That's how I do comedy
Yeah, it's
too.
really bad.
Yeah.
No, I've been forcing myself to listen to my sets, and the more you do, the more you start to make yourself laugh. Don't you think?
I think it's the most important thing in stand up. Yeah, I think it's the best. But yeah, there's times where every once in a while you'll listen to a joke and be like, that is hilarious.
Yeah,
I have
no.
moments where I'm like, I'm a very funny guy.
My riffs in between, I'm like, God damn, girl, you got it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck. I'm like laughing. I'm like, this is embarrassing if someone saw this.
Yeah, I have times where I'm like, that was really good.
That's what we need to chase. We need to remember that, and not that I hate ourselves.
Yeah, we're doing well. We're doing it.
We're
And
funny.
even just by the nature of trying and doing it, it's something.
Yeah. And getting better, working on it. I try to do this when I leave this show, listen to the set. It's so hard because you're not ready. You don't have enough space.
Yeah.
But then you wake up having already listened to it, and it's fucking good. You're ready
Yeah.
to write it.
Yeah, listen to it on the way home. It's good while you're still in that mindset.
And then you can like sleep on it or whatever. I've been waking up with a lot of ideas for just like little videos, content, sketch videos.
Baby, baby, let me sleep on it. That was Meatloaf.
That's crazy how musical you are.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah! I'm a very talented
This
human
is
being.
fucking great.
Yeah,
Do you have to dance?
I play mandolin now. I started taking mandolin lessons.
You're doing good things.
Yeah, I'm taking mixed martial arts and mandolin and meditation. Anything with an M, I do
You're
it.
growing.
Yeah,
Masturbating
masturbation.
to
Yeah,
children
I do that.
and masturbating to munchkins. You can take that how you want. It can be a short person or a fucking child.
Or the Dunkin' Donuts munchkins.
Or munchkins.
Yeah.
Oh, those are cute.
I might have an oily shit coming. Oh god, I hate
All right.
myself.
We'll end on that. We'll
Is that
slide
it?
out.
Yeah.
Well, how long have we been going?
Oh my god, Testicle Tuesday.
Testicle fucking Tuesday. What day is today? Monday? Venus Mound Monday.
When does this come out?
Lord knows.
Anthony's mad.
Anthony, listen, Anthony has a fucking attitude problem. No, Anthony has an attitude problem. We're not going to do this again, Anthony. Anthony gets mad and then he shows my private parts on the fucking internet.
Oh,
He showed
fun.
my tits on the internet.
Oh, god damn it! I wish I was on that website.
I'll send you the video. They look great. I screen recorded it and I've sent it to several people that missed it. But anyway, if DM me and no, I'm just kidding. None of you get it. None of you get it. No, it was an interesting time in our lives, Anthony and I. And it's not like he hasn't done anything to make it up to me. Honestly, I've gotten you free tickets to shows. Honestly, I've just been doing a lot for you, Anthony.
You're right, I've done that.
Okay, he does do the podcast for free. and
Yeah.
He does a lot of editing.
I've been
Yeah.
sitting here this whole time.
Did you think you were going to make some money?
No, I don't want to make money. I think he should make money.
This guy?
Yeah.
Do you have some money to give him? I don't. I'm getting evicted.
I lost my debit card. Currently, is missing.
I've not found my debit card in weeks. I am getting evicted.
Oh my god.
I have very little money. I'm full of abundance, though. Abundance. Things are happening. He can't get something of nothing. Was he going to get 10% of nothing?
That would be nothing.
Just don't whip me for showing your tits on accident.
Here's the thing. The whipping,
It was your fault.
but the whipping with the tits, it's not. You're the editor.
The whipping.
I was telling him that the punishment for showing my tits online was that I was going to have to whip him. He was going to have to call his mom and tell her that he was gay, but like dead serious, like let it sit. And then I was going to duct tape him to a chair and make him watch full Nanette the entire.
Oh wow. That seems a lot. I think one of those would be harsh enough.
He did none of them. He said no to all of them.
Man.
And I can't do anything. I'm not going to force him.
Yeah, you can't force.
And the whipping was a little too much. I get it.
I'll do the net thing.
It's
My
so
mom
bad.
listens to this podcast. She already heard you say that.
Oh, so she would know you're not gay.
That's a good way to get out of that.
I like that your mom listens to it. Hi, Anthony's mom. Is she proud of you? Did she see my boobs?
I don't think so.
She proud of my boobs?
She asshole showed.
That when I was a special ed teacher, there was this little girl named, what was her name? Heather. And she had spina bifida. She was so annoying. She was, listen, the cutest shit. All right, she had spina bifida. So her torso was like this big, right? She had a big head and she had like, her legs were little because they never were used. And her arms were really long.
Okay.
Okay. But her arms were very long.
I think this is the girl I banged on the playground.
So Heather she would come to my class or whatever, and she would always like throw her, and she'd be like, "Excuse me." She'd have her hand up, and it's just so long. It's like touching the ceiling. I'm like, Jesus Christ. She'd like, excuse me. She'd go, "Annie?" I'm like, yeah. And she goes, "Annie, what? Annie." I go, what? And she go, are you proud of me? And I go, yeah, Heather, I'm proud of you. She goes, I have a question. I'm like, what? And she goes, are you proud of me? She would say it all day long. And I would get so annoyed. And then I realized I am Heather. All I do is go around like, do you guys like me? Do you like me? Like, even if I'm not saying it, that's the general vibe.
Yeah,
at all
I
times.
feel that way too.
I make videos and stuff online, or like I post something online. I'm like, think it's funny. I'll literally just sit in front of someone and show them. I'm like, look what I made.
Yeah.
Do you like it? I like send my parents stuff all the time. They're
I
like,
do the same.
I'm just like, approval.
Yeah, I'm longing for it. Even when I have oily shit, I'm looking for that approval.
Yeah.
I'm looking for you guys to be like, yeah, I've had that all the time.
Yeah,
You're fine.
yeah.
You're doing great.
Well, they'll give approval of it.
Yeah,
But I was
please.
just saying, I was like, and a friend of mine who I just became friends with this guy, and I was like, used to hate him. I used to be like, he's so annoying, and then I realized he's literally exactly like me. It's that mirror thing that people say,
Right. Yeah.
where you're like seeing the things. Yeah, and then I'm like, no, I fucking like this guy now.
Yeah. Ideally, you should meet someone like you and be like, I love this person.
Yeah, I think I'm getting there. So
We're getting
anyway,
there. We're working on
Heather,
it.
long-armed Heather, I am proud of you, bitch. I'm proud of you, bitch.
Yeah.
It takes courage to ask if I'm proud of you, and I am proud of you. All right, Insannies, go fuck yourselves. This is Joe List. Do you have anything you want to plug?
I think I plugged at Joe List Comedy on Twitter and Instagram, and then Tuesdays with Stories podcast.
He's
Comedian
so
JoeList.com.
fucking funny.
Yeah, go
He's
to my Insta
really, really, really funny. He's so good.
and watch my Netflix. Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
Okay. Bye. Thanks, Anthony, for nothing.